You got a nice hotel. It's it's an
Yes.
airport
I
hotel.
stayed over last night.
Okay, great, great, great. Wow, nice. Okay. So basically get yourself prep for the trip, for the long trip. Hello?
Come down last night and it was.
Okay. Is my voice all right though? I mean, seems like there's a bit of lag. Hello? Is my voice all right? Seems like it's lagging. Okay. Maybe uh
It's possible that the delay in the jitter.
okay, okay. All right.
Yes, fine.
So all right.
It's probably me that's lagging.
Okay. Yeah, your maybe turn off the screen. I think yeah, see if that works better. Okay. Is it better now?
Bear with me.
Okay, sure.
It's probably me that's lagging. In fact, let me just turn the video off.
Oh, okay, sure.
I don't know if that makes any difference. Right? Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Julian? You there?
Yes. Yeah. I think your voice is becoming more
Julian?
stream. Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, great. All right.
Yes, fine.
So, all right. So, would you like to share some win on your side first?
Yeah, I'm going to Nashville.
Okay. That's okay. So that definitely a win. Anything you have been doing in preparation or anything you're looking forward to?
No, I just RDOSed what I wanted to get done next week, and that was really good. So I did that on Sunday
Okay.
or
Mhm.
Saturday, and yeah, it was fun. I kind of made it very clear about and definite of purpose what I wanted to achieve. So
Mhm.
you know, that's what it is really.
Okay. Well, so I guess any insights on your what you have discovered for that definite purpose part?
Um, well, with the, I mean,
Hello? Maybe it's dropping again. Hello? 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 Wow, Mike, I don't know if you can hear me all right, but your voice is breaking up quite a bit.
I can hear you better now.
Oh, okay.
How's
Yeah.
that?
All right, good. Yeah. Much better now.
Oh,
Much better now.
I'm actually on the hotel network. So I was on the phone. Now I'm on the hotel.
Oh, okay. I see. Okay. So maybe using the hotel's
So
network is better. Yeah, because probably the.
yes, I think it is.
Okay, great. All right. All right.
Oh,
Okay. So,
Yeah, so Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill. Have you heard of that?
oh, no.
Have you
That's
not
one
read
of
it?
that's one
Oh,
of
that's really interesting.
That's one of Napoleon Hill's books, Outwitting the Devil.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Outwitting
No,
the Devil. Yeah, it's the book he
I
wrote after. Okay, so after um, Think and Grow Rich, he wrote that,
mhm.
and he
Okay.
finished the manuscript in 1938.
Oh,
But
okay.
his family didn't want him to publish it because it was too radical, and he died in 1970. And
Oh,
they didn't publish it. The estate didn't publish it until 2011. What
oh,
is
okay.
remarkable is the consistency of his ideas and the relevance of his ideas now,
Mm.
even though he wrote it in 1938.
Wow,
So,
wow.
I mean, it's a bit of a far-fetched concept because basically you get into the book and for most of the book is him having a conversation with the devil.
Okay.
So,
Wow,
as
wow.
far as I'm concerned, that's nonsense. But nevertheless, it's still an interesting concept. And what is the content is really very interesting, the way in which he positions it. And he's using it as a mechanism to get across his ideas in a
Right.
way that is more storytelling than him sitting there simply saying, well, you ought to do this. If you do this, you do this. By making it a
Mm.
dialogue, it becomes more of a story, and actually the insight is really it's fascinating. So
Wow,
there you
wow.
go.
Okay, nice. Wow, thanks.
But
So it's kind of like
I,
Dante's Inferno, right? Dante's Inferno. I think you know
no, that's different because I
the
mean that's
poetry.
Dante's Inferno is a representation of. I mean, what's the name? Is it Carol Dweck or somebody else? I can't remember one of those authors that we read through AMP.
Mm-hmm.
Talked about used Dante's Inferno as I mean, integrity, wasn't it? So
Yeah,
integrity
integrity.
was the book.
Yes, yeah.
So that's a uses Dante's Inferno as a kind of as an allegory, but this isn't an allegory at all. It's just he is having a conversation with the devil,
Okay. Wow,
which
wow.
of course is nonsense. But he uses it as a story to tell about.
Okay.
I mean, just read it. It's worth.
Okay. All
Don't
right.
listen
Oh,
to
I
it.
will.
Read it.
I will. Thanks. All right. Thanks. All right. Okay. So maybe I'll share some wins on my part as well. So I think well, just this past weekend, it was a great family time slash free day. So we had a Mother's Day celebration for our kids' school, and get together, and the kids they were massaging parents and also washing our feet. Okay, so it's more maybe a Chinese thing, but yeah, but had some great conversation. And my daughter expressed that she's actually willing to come with me to Canada in the summer for 3 weeks. Okay, so I was trying to
Cool.
sell her the idea, spending some time there this summer, but she wasn't, agreeing to that up until this weekend. So
Right.
now I had to think about how that could actually happen in terms of the logistics and everything. Yeah, so basically that's well, I see that as a win, okay, because I do have the plans, moving there and also get my family to get familiar with the place, and maybe do a bit of stuff there. So I think that's one. The other thing, yesterday was walking the woods and actually met a property developer. Okay, so well, met some new friends while walking doing a hike. And actually the just from he's like a local developer building probably a dozen or so projects already, okay, in the last 20, 30 years, just very local, won some awards. And I could see that like, the real estate really is a, very stable, I mean, it is a stable industry with a certain business model, and a lot of wealth that's
Yeah.
being created, maintained.
I'm just going over
So,
here. I'm still listening though.
sure, sure, sure. And, like apparently he has no contact with tokenization real estate whatsoever. So it was like a
Okay.
new concept for him. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, he wasn't yet picking up, but he thought that was interesting. Okay, so yeah, so I guess one of the win is that getting someone really local, and to talk about the concept. And, in the future, if we are going to work on some eco building, that could be the developer, know another friend who's actually experienced with this. And he's doing this as a serious business. So I think that's another. Now, in terms of TAPP, did some revision on the white paper. Okay, I think enhance it more. Also, I finished Proppy's white paper as well. Okay, just today, basically listening through it. And what I discovered was, well, their white paper wasn't too complicated at all. It was just really some high level pitching of certain ideas. And I could see there's a difference in terms of the emphasis. They did the white paper, I think, 3 years ago, back in 2021. Okay, so that was still probably pretty early stage. And one of the things, so they were more like, I think, emphasizing more on the ownership aspect and, how blockchain NFT can validate, can prove ownership, make it fractional. And I think they talk about the idea of just sharing 20% of your house, with other potential interested investors. So they're not talking at all about, getting rental income, that sort of thing at all. It's simply
Hmm.
about fractional ownership through NFT and make sure all the, legalities, all the paperwork, all the proof, all the anti-fraud thing are being taken care of, KYC ML, I think really basic stuff. So yeah, so I can definitely see that we are coming from a somewhat different angle. They also talk about, I think this is interesting, about some celebrity uh, building or some, what, I don't know, they use a term, basically famous like landscape building or like architecture. In that usually it's very expensive. It's not easily ownable, but basically with fractionalization, that becomes possible. So yeah, so I think that's just interesting to see that talk about a general concept. And right now they're the biggest token out there. So I
Yeah,
think
but they're a
there's
token, aren't they? And
yeah.
that's the thing that I don't like
Mhm.
is that that's it's a token. It's
Mhm.
it's it's exchanged on the exchanges, and therefore it's very volatile by its own nature.
Right, right, right. It's basically, I think, tokens for their platform, right? I mean, it's a utility token that has certain usage on, on their platform.
Yeah.
So yeah, all right. So that's the win. All right. So for today, what would you like to, what's the most important thing you think we should discuss or talk about?
So when you said you'd finished reading their white paper, what?
Right.
Okay. So where are we at with ours?
Okay. So basically, I can share my screen. It's it's pretty much all the okay. So there's being I think all the structures are there now. Okay, I add the Taiwan market part. Basically, put pretty much your stuff in I add some of the, some of the things I've written to this. Also add a section about AI, okay, where AI could play into this. I thought that was, okay, so this is another, I think, update. I think there could be an angle where I mentioned about, due diligence and, valuation, and also potentially selection of investment portfolio. I think there is also another one is property appraisal. Okay, that's another area where some AI kind of work could contribute and provide some value add, because the property will have to be evaluated, appraised periodically. I think to basically reassess their current market value. So yeah, and okay, so I think right now there's just still some work that has to, I think, streamline pretty much the content, the discussion into a single piece. Tokenomics, okay, added that section as well, okay, and discuss about the different token types, and also did a chart for token distribution. Okay, I think this probably is a more clear picture of what we have, described reports. So the investor, the management, the professional tokens with the different voting rights and profit sharing ratios, and also the expected number of tokens in terms of circulation. Okay, and there's a team section. Okay, so pretty much that's the current structure. So I am expecting to finish I guess the streamlining by this week while you're on your trip. Hopefully to get that into more of a consistent presentation. Yeah. So
I think I think what I got out of last week and those guys that we spoke to, those guys that I listened to, it's just having a bit of market feedback will be really helpful.
Okay.
Because yeah, that's what we don't have.
I see the questionnaire, right? I see the questionnaires that you have created. So yeah, this one, the TAPP questionnaire. I think that yeah, it's I think those are good questions. Just we have to find some way to I guess get a poll for this. Right. So I guess what's your thoughts on this regarding the market feedback part?
I think we just need to get some, at least give us some kind of concept. I mean, all right, if 10 people respond, well, then that kind of tells you that it's not that interesting. If 1,000 people respond, then people are interested. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
Obviously, it depends on how big the group is that you're sending them to, but yeah, and I think so far, so Henry and Kevin have kind of been positive with their feedback, which is great.
Right.
But yeah, I think that's important. And then you see, because it plays into how viable is the business, how viable is this opportunity from the investment point of view. But I mean, there's a couple of groups I'm a part of that I could probably send those questions to.
As well. Okay, if we want to conduct this, I mean, what would be a good way, right? Because it's kind of about getting exposure, right, with certain audience, and we might want to get target at a certain audience that could be interested.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I mean, I'll have to have a think about that, but I reckon that could be. I could send it off to a couple of UK groups,
Mhm.
and then we actually consider and say the demand in the UK we believe is this.
Mhm. Okay.
Again, if there's people in Taiwan that you can we can doctor it for, then that would be good. And we consider and say the demand in the Southeast Asia is this, or we
Mike, you're
consider and
chopping up
say,
again. Yeah, go
I
ahead. Go
can't
ahead.
help that. So it's
You,
just what
sorry. You were saying if it's Taiwan, and I didn't catch that after.
I think if we can illustrate where our assumptions for demand are, why do we think it's a good idea? If it's just a matter of Kevin, Christian, and Henry have all sat there and said it's a great idea,
Mhm.
but we've got to prove that with something more solid. If they want to come to the table, then we've got to sit there and say these are the projects that they're demanding that we supply.
Mhm. Okay. Okay. All right.
So they have to commit to us by saying we want to tokenize this property, and this is the nature of the property.
Mhm. Okay. Okay.
Then we can sit
I
there and
see.
say, look, these are real examples of demand. This is what it's going to generate. This is the sort of profits that we're looking at. This is
Mhm.
how we would tokenize it. In the UK, we've got this. We've done this market analysis. 80% of UK landlords want to use this, and so on and so forth. Right.
Mhm. Okay.
Um,
Okay.
and then that just means then it's all a very there's a clear understanding as to what the supply and demand requirement kind
Mhm.
of appetites are.
Okay. Okay.
Um, and then sit there and go, well, yeah, but there are other property there are other property tokens out there. Yeah, there are, but they're not
Mhm.
actually doing what we're doing, and
Mhm.
they're not going to be intrinsically as stable as us because they've opened themselves up to the volatile markets of crypto land, and therefore
Mhm.
it's going to be um, uh, harder. Just the structure of their tokenomics means that it's not going to be as good.
Mhm. Okay. Okay. All right. So, all right. Okay. So I think let's get that done on
I
paper.
think so.
What?
As far as I'm
Right.
concerned,
Mhm.
the narrative is done. The slide deck is kind of, you see, the point is I ran into a little bit of a stop with the slide deck because
Mhm.
it's I've got it to the point where it says this is what it is,
Mhm.
but then there's a question of so what?
Mm.
So why? So why is it important? Why is it
Okay.
interesting to me?
Okay.
And the so
Mhm.
what has got to be, well, this is the demand. This is so these are the sorts of projects. These are examples. Boom,
Mhm.
boom, 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 boom.
Mm.
You know,
Right. Right.
in in the Taiwan region, we have 6 projects, all that want a collective amount of 10 million that will give a return of 25%, for instance.
Mhm.
Um, in Indonesia, we've got 3 projects worth 5 million. Da, 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 da. Okay.
Mhm. Okay.
Then in
Okay.
the UK, we can sit there and go, we've done market research, and in the UK, 80% of landlords would want to use it, or
Mhm.
whatever
Okay.
the numbers are.
Mhm. Okay. I
And
see.
so therefore that part of the slide deck is telling it's the it's the pitch. And so why do people want to, well, okay, so there's demand here,
Mm.
so what are
Okay.
they are, and then that's when we deliver. And what we're offering you is early birds get 4 to 1, la 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 la.
Mhm. Okay. Okay. I see. All right. I see all right. So I think what I can do is to get the numbers. Okay. Henry actually is on a trip to Japan. So I probably want to sync with them sometime if he's back, to get some numbers from him. And also, I think what I can do is also reach out for Kevin, okay, to see what is his number, what are the numbers he's looking at and what he's
Mm.
thinking about. Okay, so, all right. So I think that's a to-do on my part, besides the white paper. And the,
Let's get my water,
okay,
it's over here.
right.
Oh, Karen, I'm still
Okay,
listening.
so anything else you'd like to discuss on this part?
No.
Okay, so what about I mean, the questionnaire? Is that something you like, you will distribute
Well,
and
I can take
give
that
some
questionnaire and
survey?
I can
Okay,
post it to a couple of groups and see what happens.
okay, okay, good, good. All right, okay, so let's do that. All right, so I do have another topic to discuss, which
Uh-huh.
is the Edward, EWOR. Okay, I think I shared that on the WhatsApp.
Right.
Edward, right, right. So basically, that's they are actually a kind of like YC, but doing it fully remotely. And they have offer some kind of what they call fellowship with pre-idea and post-idea.
So
And
what's the purpose of doing and engaging with them?
okay, so basically they are well, for two things. One is they do have a network, okay, of unicorn founders as mentors, okay, as coaches, mentors. And the other thing is they provide some seed funding. Okay, basically one up to 150K, you know. So they have what's called a pre-idea and post-idea thing. These are I think the four main person. The other day, I think was Daniel, one of okay, yeah, it was this guy, Daniel. Daniel was doing the Q&A session. The founders, I think they are pretty experienced in the space. They collectively have exited companies that's worth $2 billion. Okay, so they've created enterprises, sold it for $2 billion. And I guess one of the things is to get their feedback, coaching, mentorship, on our project. And the other thing is the seed funding. Okay. And they
Yeah,
do
but
this.
so what's the point
Right.
in doing what's the point in doing what's his name? Ian.
Oh, well, Ian is basically advisor, I think, regarding ICO part, right? About how to do a successful ICO campaign. But I think these guys, they are also about, let's say, market development, company building, team scaling and market exploration, all that. So yeah, so well, they also provide I think the course, basically everything that's done remotely. They also have a site, okay, on site in Germany that you can go and stay there. But
Yeah,
basically,
so Shinyan, what are
right.
you
Mhm.
after from them? What do you want from them?
Okay, so I guess it's I think it's the direct, you know, that it's kind of like an accelerator, but I think they have a longer time frame to look at.
Yeah,
So I
but
guess
okay,
it's the
that's
network.
you're
Yeah,
telling me what
right.
it is. What do you want
Okay.
from them?
So I think part of the attraction, two things. One is their experience in terms of creating, billion-dollar enterprises. Okay, I think that's one of the things. And also, they do provide initial seed funding of 150K. Okay,
Okay, fine.
and
So
I
first
think
of all,
right,
so two things, right? You told me two things.
right,
One
right,
is the mentorship and one is the seed funding. Okay.
right, right.
So what is it Ian's doing? Ian's providing us with an ICO. What does that provide us with?
What
Provides
does
us
it
with more
what?
than just what
Mhm.
does Ian provide us with? The
Uh,
ICO.
right.
So the ICO
Basically,
generates. more than just seed funding, right? It
Right,
generates
right, right,
operational funds. So
right, right.
forget the seed funding; it's irrelevant. Okay, at the
Mm.
moment, unless
Mm-hmm.
the work with Ian completely fails,
Oh, okay, okay.
right? If that doesn't work, then yes, you have to think of something else. But if it
Mm-hmm.
does work, then seed funding is a nonsense.
I see.
If we're
Okay.
then
Mm-hmm.
if we're then talking about mentorship, well,
Mm-hmm.
okay, what is it that you think you need to be mentored on?
Mm. Okay.
Because
So,
if you don't know
right.
what you want,
Mm-hmm.
then how are you going to get it?
Okay, okay. Well,
And I think here's the thing: you
right.
might want to be more definite about what it is
Mm-hmm.
that you want
Mm-hmm.
TAPP to do for you.
Right, right. Okay.
Because just
So,
looking at these guys, if you go to them and go, "Hey guys, I've got this idea. I kind of want to do this, and maybe this will happen," they'll drill you down and say, "Well, why do you want this? What do you want to
mm-hmm.
do? Where are you at? What's your strength?" I'm really good at having ideas,
Mm.
because that's what you're going to say to them. Because that's what you say to me.
Mm-hmm.
We need to do more than that to be able to push this forward.
Right, right, right. Okay.
But
I guess
I don't
there's
necessarily think
uh-huh.
these
Uh-huh.
guys are actually. Nothing about this attracts me at all
Oh,
at the
okay.
moment. Now that's
Okay.
not to say that it won't. The
Mm-hmm.
whole
Okay.
point um, about doing coach is to
Mm-hmm.
circumvent people like this. People like
Oh.
this are there for people who don't have coach, who are there
Mm-hmm.
for guys that have got ideas that have no idea how to move things forward.
Mm-hmm.
Who've got little to no experience, but have got really great ideas.
Mm.
And it's just what's the point in paying for coach if you're going to start paying for somebody else to do it? Because they're going to take a cost. Seed funding, all right, we'll give you $150,000, but you know that'll take what's the payback?
10%. I think 10%. 10% of
So
company
you want to
equity.
give them
Yeah.
10% of your business.
Mm-hmm.
Why
So
would you want
that's
to do that?
okay.
For what? How
Uh,
much mentorship are you going to get for that 10%? Are they
mm,
actually going to be on the board and then effectively take over the company and tell you what to do all the time?
okay.
I don't
Well,
know.
okay. So I guess there is the part, okay, because you probably know I'm also interested to do the basically unicorn incubation, right? And these guys, I think they are onto something. Okay, they have done, unicorn scale companies at some point. And the the other thing is I think they are doing a approach where, for example, like they actually make decisions very quickly, just 2 weeks, okay, whether they want you to join or not. And then, and it's a remote base work, and there are courses, there's, mentorship, coaching. So
We
I think
don't
it's
need any
also,
courses though. What do you need
okay.
courses for, Shunyun? You don't want to be a perpetual student all your life.
Okay, okay, all
What's the
right.
point? To go out and do it. Like there's no point. Knowledge, right, is only so good.
Mhm.
You have to temper that with experience. And if
Hmm.
you're not
Okay.
tempering it with experience, then it's a waste of time and money.
Hmm. Okay. Okay.
I get frustrated with myself because I sit there and I think, what am I learning?
Hmm.
And if I'm not
Okay.
learning something, then it doesn't. You only really learn something when you put that knowledge into experience, and then you
Right.
learn
Right.
more
Right. Right.
because then you're becoming your own teacher. But
Mm-hmm.
if you're sitting there going, well, I'm going to listen to this guy over here all the time, well, then no, you're just sitting there. You might as well be a plant pot,
Hmm.
just absorbing somebody else's energy.
Mm-hmm.
You're not creating anything, then, are you? Because
Okay.
you're just absorbing. You're just a consumer, and I don't want
Hmm.
to be a consumer.
Hmm. Okay.
So the whole point about doing coach, the whole point about going to going to Nashville, right? I haven't got a clue
Right.
what I'm going to get
Mm-hmm.
out of it. I
Mm-hmm.
know that I put myself in a position of some level of uncertainty. I've
Mhm.
got I've got 2 days worth of absorbing information. I've
Right,
got
right.
2 days worth of potentially meeting a lot of interesting people.
Mhm. Okay.
I know what I do want to do is open up my peer group so
Mhm.
that I've got a greater mindset to
Right.
masterminds play with.
Mhm.
But I've also got to learn from it. And
Mhm.
I've also, I'm making my luck surface area greater by being there.
Mhm.
So obviously, if I stay at home, it's like this. If I go
Mhm.
to Nashville, it's like that, right? I've made a
Right,
greater
right.
surface area, right?
Mhm.
So I haven't got a clue what's going to come out, but
Mhm.
I know broadly speaking the direction it's going in. But what I don't want to do is I don't want to keep going to courses all day long, because if I
Mhm.
keep going to courses and I keep getting attracted to courses, then that means I'm not moving forward,
Mm. Okay, okay.
because I'm not actually implementing any of the stuff that I'm learning.
Mm. Okay. All right.
So I think it might well be that, let's say, for instance, we exhaust Ian completely.
Mhm.
That'll either
Mhm.
take us one of 2 ways. We'll learn, well, whatever happens, we'll learn something from it.
Mhm. Right, right, right.
Ideally, it'll be magnificent and it will explode, right?
Mhm.
And everything will
Right,
be
right.
wonderful and it'll keep on going
Mhm.
on a massive
Right.
trajectory.
Mhm.
Worst case scenario, it doesn't,
Mhm.
it flops,
Mhm.
or there's something in between.
Right, right, right.
Well, whatever happens, you ain't going to know until you've taken a shot, right? Until you've had a go.
Right, right. So my
And
question is just are you seeing what I heard is that it seems like you're feeling, or from what I heard is that if we were to engage with this our group, then it's a distraction from what we're currently doing with both Ian
yeah,
and Coach. Okay, I think that's as opposed to this might help and be additive or even multiplicative
I
to
don't see
our
the
current
point.
expert.
Yeah,
Okay,
don't see the point.
okay, I see, I see. Okay, all right, all right.
Now, at this
Uh-huh.
point in time,
Mm-hmm.
it might be in the future
Mm-hmm.
that it might be the right thing to do in the future, but
Mm-hmm.
we're not even close to that yet.
Okay,
That
okay.
position. I'm so
Because we
far away from
haven't,
that. I just
right.
don't understand it.
Okay, I see. Okay, because we haven't fully explored, for example, everything Ian has asked us to do, right?
Exactly.
And to prep and to launch and maybe after we have gotten to that point and have complete that at least that cycle, then we can reevaluate
Yeah.
if it's right. Okay, okay.
True.
All right, good. All right, good. Okay. So all right, thanks. That's fair enough. Okay. It's okay. All right. So
So, Julian, this
mhm,
time next week, I will be
right.
back from America, but I might be somewhat jet lagged, so I don't know whether or
Mhm.
not I'll be joining any calls or not. I'll
Okay,
try,
okay,
but I don't know.
okay, okay.
Um,
Sure.
and as for any other times during the week, Wednesday and Thursday are going to be the conference time, so I'm not going to be doing anything
Mhm.
then.
Right, right, right. Sure, sure. I mean, do fully embrace. I mean, your experience there.
I intend to.
Yeah, you want to fully immerse and yeah, spend every second, make it worth it. Yeah. Okay. All right. So I guess anything else you'd like to discuss or to check,
No, I'm
confirm?
good to go. I've got to
Okay.
finish tidying up the room, and then I can get off to the lounge and go through customs and stuff like that.
Okay. Okay. Great. Great. All right. All right. So thanks for jumping on this and
Pleasure, my
checking
friend.
in. Yeah, and best wishes for this. Really look forward to your sharing and your experience. And say hi
Boom.
for Rebecca. For me.
Oh, she's not going to be
And
there.
oh no no oh not Rebecca. Oh, but
I don't know who's turning up there, but none of those guys.
Dan, well, say hi to
I'm
Dan
sure
then.
when I go and have lunch with Dan, I'll tell him. All right, my friend. See you
Okay.
later.
All right.
Take
All
care.
right. Okay.
See you
Yeah.
later. Bye bye.
Take care.
Bye
Yeah.
bye.
Have
Bye
a
bye.
great trip. Have a great trip. Take care.
Bye
All right.
bye.